The Toyota Camry is the best-selling passenger sedan in America. It has been for a long time. Ask almost anyone, a parent, a coworker, a dealership salesperson, what the safest, most reliable midsize sedan you can buy is, and you will get the same answer nearly every time. The Camry. I used to say it too. I stopped. Not because the Camry turned into a bad car, it didn't. But somewhere along the way it became something people buy out of habit, out of a fear of making the wrong call, out of brand loyalty that Toyota profits from every time a buyer walks in without questioning the price. When I actually ran the numbers on what that loyalty costs people in dollars, in features, in real-world performance, I couldn't keep handing out the same recommendation without caveats. The car I tell people to buy now is the Kia K5. Here's why, with actual numbers. Let's start where it matters most. Price? The 2024 Toyota Camry LE has a manufacturer's suggested retail price of $27,215. That sounds fair until you realize almost nobody pays that. The average buyer drives home in a Camry that costs somewhere between $31,000 and $33,000 after trim upgrades, dealer fees, and whatever market adjustment the dealership is running that week. Step up to the Sport, trim the X, and you're already at $32,270 before a single dollar of markup. Now look at the 2024 Kia K5. The base ELK starts at $24,590. The GT line trim, genuinely well equipped, not a stripped base model, is $27,390. That's a real gap. At comparable configurations, you're looking at roughly $4,000 to $5,000 less than the Camry. On a 60-month loan at today's average rate of around 7%, that works out to about $90 less per month every month for 5 years. That's real money, not a rounding error. But price alone doesn't close the argument. So let's talk about what you actually get for that money. At the K5 GT line again, around $27,000, Kia gives you a 10.25-inch touchscreen, wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, heated front seats, LED headlights, and 18-inch wheels, all as standard equipment. You're not building a package to unlock heated seats or wireless phone connectivity. It just comes that way. At a comparable Camry price, several of those same features push you into higher trims or optional packages. To reach the same feature level the K5 delivers at the GT line, you are typically spending more, significantly more on the Camry side. Then there's the warranty, which is genuinely one of the strongest arguments for this car. Kia covers the powertrain for 10 years or 100,000 miles for the original owner, the longest standard powertrain warranty in this segment. The basic warranty is 5 years or 60,000 miles. Toyota's Camry carries a 3-year basic and a 5-year powertrain warranty. That is half the powertrain coverage at the same price range. If you're buying new and holding the car, that gap is not a small detail. Now, if you live anywhere north of a certain line on the map, Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Colorado, the AWD conversation matters. The K5 offers AWD across 4 trims at prices that don't force you into luxury territory. The Camry offers a WD2, but the availability across trims is more restricted, and reaching the same combination of features plus a WD often costs you more. A well-equipped K5 AWD under $29,000 is genuinely attainable. That's a real advantage in states where winter driving is a factor 6 months out of the year. On performance, the K5 does something the Camry simply can't match at this price. The K5 GT, priced around $33,000, comes with a 2.5-liter twin-scroll turbocharged engine making 290 horsepower and 311 pound-feet of torque. Brembo front brakes, sport-tuned suspension. For comparison, the Camry X at $32,270 produces 203 horsepower from a naturally aspirated engine. At nearly the same price, you get 87 more horsepower from the K5. If you actually enjoy driving, if you want the car to move when you ask it to, the K5 GT makes the Camry X feel slow. So why isn't everyone already buying this car? Brand perception. Kia spent 2 decades being the choice you made when you couldn't afford anything else. That image has changed substantially since around 2017, but old reputations don't disappear overnight. When someone tells a certain type of person they bought a Kia, the eyebrow still goes up. that eyebrow is costing buyers for $1,000 in most cases. The other part is that the Camry's reliability reputation is hard to dismiss honestly. Decades of production data, millions of vehicles on the road, and a real track record that stretches well past 200,000 miles on many examples. Consumer Reports consistently puts it near the top of the segment, that history is real and it has earned its weight. The K5 arrived in its current form for the 2021 model year. It has been consistently well reviewed and reliability data is improving, but long-term numbers at 150,000 to 200,000 miles simply don't exist at the same scale as the Camrys. If you're buying a car to drive until it has nothing left to give, the Camry still holds the advantage on pure longevity data. The Camry also has a few issues worth knowing about before anyone assumes it's flawless. The 2025 Camry is now a hybrid-only vehicle in the US. The traditional gasoline-only version is no longer available on new models. If you want a standard gas Camry, you're looking at used inventory or the 2024 model year. For a lot of buyers, that's perfectly fine. The hybrid is genuinely efficient, at around 52 miles per gallon combined. But the efficiency advantage shrinks on highway-heavy commutes. If you're driving long stretches of open highway rather than stop-and-go city traffic, the K5e's 1.6-liter turbo at 33 miles per gallon combined closes the gap considerably. Run your own numbers before assuming the hybrid premium pays itself back. Also worth mentioning, a number of 2018 through 2022 Camry owners documented higher than expected oil consumption on the 2.5-liter four-cylinder engine, with complaints filed with the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. It doesn't affect every car, and Toyota has not issued a formal recall. But if you're shopping a used Camry from those years, ask for service records and specifically look for a history of oil being added between changes. On the K5 side, there are things to know before you buy. The 10-year powertrain warranty is for the original owner only. Buy a used K5 and that coverage drops to 5 years or 60,000 miles from the original sale date, not from when you purchase it. Confirm the original purchase date and what coverage is actually remaining before you sign. The K5 GT's dual-clutch transmission is excellent at speed, but some owners find it hesitant or slightly abrupt in slow, heavy traffic. If your commute runs through Los Angeles, Houston, Atlanta, or Chicago, test drive the GT specifically in stop-and-go conditions, not just on a clear road. If the feel bothers you, the standard K5 with the 1.6-liter engine uses a conventional automatic that is much smoother in everyday city driving. And get your insurance quote in hand before you commit. After the social media theft issue that targeted older Kia and Hyundai models, some insurers adjusted premiums across the brand in certain zip codes, even on models that were not affected by the vulnerability. The K5 is not on the primary list of targeted vehicles, and software updates were issued broadly. But in a high theft rate zip code, your actual insurance number could come in above the national average. Get the real quote for your address. Putting all of this together, here is who the K5 is the right call for. If you are buying new, financing over 5 years, keeping the car at least 5 to 7 years, and want the most coverage and the most features for your money, the K5 wins on the numbers. The price gap at purchase, the warranty advantage, and the feature per dollar comparison all point the same direction. If you are in a northern state and want a WD in a stylish sedan without stretching into near luxury pricing, the K5 is one of the clearest options available right now. If you want genuine performance under $35,000, the K5 GT is quietly one of the most undervalued sedans in the American market. Here is who should still choose the Camry. If you trade in every 3 to 4 years and resale value drives your decision, buy the Camry. It retains 45 to 52% of its value after 5 years. The K5 lands closer to 38 to 44% on a $30,000 car. That gap is real money when you trade. If you need hybrid efficiency for high-mileage city driving, the 2025 Camry Hybrid at 52 miles per gallon combined is still a strong choice in that specific use case. If you plan to put 200,000 miles on a car and want maximum long-term reliability data behind you, the Camry's proven track record carries weight that the K5e's shorter history cannot yet match. The Camry is not a bad car. It is an expensive habit. There is a difference for most buyers in 2024 and 2025 people financing a new car, holding it 5 or more years, who want real features and strong warranty coverage at a fair price. The Kia K5 makes more financial sense. It costs less, covers more, and at the GT trim, it is genuinely fast. You are paying a premium for the Toyota badge, and the honest question is whether that premium serves your actual situation. For most buyers, it doesn't.